Hey guys, so people have been asking about memory with agents, and a lot of questions have been around, which are good questions. What happens if you're having multiple users interact with your agent and you want to be able to have like unique conversations based on who's coming through? So there's a lot of different ways to handle this. It really also is going to depend on like how many users truly will be coming through, how much context do you need to remember, what's the use case of the agent? Is it just kind of like a typical conversational flow that's going to be like a just kind of like a lead nurturing type thing, or is this like a long term? We need to remember what's going on here to help with your project management or something like that. So there's it's going to differ based on your use case, and you could start to use like Pinecone or not Pinecone. You could, but you could start to use like vector databases for different conversations sent, received, different history like that. Anyways, what I'm trying to show is just kind of like a simple proof of concept how this works. We're going to be using Postgres chat memory, and just going to do like a little demo experiment of maybe this will help paint a better picture in your mind. So we're not going to use window buffer memory. It would be pretty similar, except for we really couldn't go back and see it and track it and look at it because window buffer memory is all stored within N8N's environment. So if you like restarted the workflow or deleted the workflow or whatever, it'd be gone. But in this case, we're going to be doing this in Postgres. Supabase is kind of built on top of Postgres. So we have this. Let me just get rid of these two so I can just start fresh. So this is our memory right now, and it's in a table called N8N chat histories. We have other tables here. This is like a vector database in Supabase. This is like more of a relational one. Anyways, or maybe actually I think that's a vector database as well. But this is our chat history, and you can see it's called N8N chat histories. If we go within our Postgres, right here we have table name is N8N chat histories. So I'm just going to show you how this works. So the first thing to think about is that we have a session ID, and we're storing this key or the session ID dynamically. So imagine you're doing like an email trigger. So over here is an email trigger, and then we feed the message into the agent to get back to us about something. So we have things coming through this trigger. It's not just a message. It's usually like name, email address, all this kind of stuff, message. And so what we're doing is we're mapping in the unique ID of this person in the session ID. So then you see the context window length is 5. Every time the agent, before it makes a response to us, it's going to go look at every row where the session ID is 1 or the unique ID, and then it's going to pull back the actual content, and then it's going to be able to craft a response. So we have context window length is 5. You can change that. What's important to remember is that this is dynamic. So we'll do an experiment where we test out different people. We'll see the memory, all that kind of stuff. But we're able to basically drag in message for what goes into the agent's input right here. And then we're able to drag in the ID. This could be a phone number, customer ID, email address, and we drag that into the session ID to store uniquely, sort of the primary key. Anyways, okay, so what we're doing here is, first of all, I'm going to be setting variables in here using this, sort of JSON just to test out stuff and be able to give us that unique ID. So we've got John, his ID is 1, and he's saying, hi, my name is John. I'm 50 years old. I have 12 dogs. Also, just for fun, I threw in the prompt of helpful assistant, conversate with people, establish a good relationship, remember things about them, blah, blah, blah. So, hi, John. It's great to meet you. Wow, 12 dogs is quite a lot. What breeds do you have? I bet they keep you busy and bring a lot of joy to your life. How did you end up with such a big pack? Okay, so first thing to notice is that we have 2 items going to the memory. So the first one that it stores is our message that we came in right here. And then the second one that it's storing is the agent's response to us. So that's 2 messages. We come into the Postgres chat histories table. We can see our session ID is 1 right here. And then we have 2 different types of messages. The first one is, as you can see, the type human. And then the content is, my name is John. I'm 50 years old, blah, blah, blah. And the second one is type AI. Hi, John. It's great to meet you. Exactly what it said to us. And you can also view that in here. We can see the first one was a human message. The second one was an AI message. And this is what's being stored. So 2 different runs, right? Anyways, let's just add another message now. So he asked us what breeds, right? They're all golden retrievers. Okay. So they're all golden retrievers. We'll send that off. It's going to do the same thing, hit it twice. I mean, well, technically the first time it's not putting our message. The first time it's checking if there's any information already there. And then the second time it's putting both of them back. So I'll show that in a sec too. But they're all golden retrievers. That's wonderful. Golden retrievers are such friendly and loyal dogs. I can only imagine how much love and energy 12 of them bring. Do they get along well? Do you have any favorite activities you do with them? Okay. So logs, like I said, first thing it does is go to the Postgres chat memory. It's basically looking to see if there's any messages already, which in this case, it knows that there are because right here, this is what happened. Like, this is what it pulled back. My name is John. I'm 50 years old. Hi, John. It's great to meet you. And so there's two context window length right here. There's two interactions. Then it goes to the chat memory to, basically put that in and then pull something out. And then it updates both of those back into the chat memory. So now we have these 4 interactions that all have John's unique ID. Okay. So we come in here. We can see we have 4 messages. They're all about John, session ID 1. Now let's switch it up. We're going to go to Mary. She's going to have a unique ID of 2. And we're going to say, hi, I am Mary. I am 33 years old and I love surfing. Okay, so now we've got Mary. It's going to check in the memory for Mary because we're using a session ID now of 2. And so it's logging the human message as well as the AI message. And now it's saying, hi, Mary, great to meet you. Surfing sounds exhilarating. How long have you been surfing? Do you have any favorite spot where you like to catch some waves? Okay. And so we'll check in the table over here. I have to refresh. We're going to have 2 new records. They're going to be stored as session ID 2. And this is content about Mary, not about John. So if we come back in here, we'll go to the logs. We can see the first thing it's doing is hitting the Postgres chat memory, and there's nothing coming back. As you can see, chat history, absolutely nothing. So it's starting this new interaction. Then, of course, it makes an output, and now it's putting in these 2 back into the chat memory. Okay, cool. So if we were to come back over here, and also keep in mind this name doesn't matter. This is just for us to stay organized. But now we're going back to John, and I'm going to say just like, tell me something about myself. And so this ideally should be talking about the dogs, the golden retrievers, not about anything about surfing at all. So let's take a look. Sure, John. From what you've shared, I know you're a 50-year-old dog lover with a special fondness for golden retrievers, and you've made the commitment to care for 12 of them. That shows a big heart, a lot of dedication. Have you discovered any fun quirks and habits that your dogs have? Anyways, so back over here, of course, those are going to be logged as session ID 1. Right there. We can see that if we go back into the logs, first thing, of course, it hits the Postgres chat memory, and it can see we have these 4 messages that had already happened. So the chat history is right here. So this is what it looks through. It reads through this information right here, and then it crafts its message. So as you can see, this is literally like the way it thought. This is what got fed into the chat model, which is, here's your system prompt. Here's the first message John sent you. Here's how you responded. Here's the second message John sent you. Here's how you responded. And then here's the current one that you just got. So cool. Now let's just do something else. Let's just add another one for John and say, thanks. My dogs love pineapple. Don't know why I thought of that, but we'll send this off. And now you'll see the context window is going to be kind of expired because we've had 6 total messages with this agent. And so that's so cute. Not every day you hear about dogs that love pineapple. Anyways, we come in here. Okay, so for now, it's still getting all of these, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess the context window is like an interaction is like these are 1. So this is 1 interaction. This is 1 interaction. So 3 total. But cool. Now we go back. We're going to go back to Mary. She was session ID 2. And we'll just say, what did we say? We said that we like surfing. So how can we like prove that? Okay, yeah. What do I like to do? Don't overcomplicate it, Nate. So Mary's asking, oh no. Mary's asking the agent, what do I like to do? It's going to pull back that answer about, you mentioned that you love surfing. Okay, cool. So I think you guys understand how it works by now. This is what it did. It checked the memory. It pulled back everything with session ID 2. And then we see, hi, I'm Mary, 33 years old. I love to surf. Okay. So yeah, I'm not going to take any more time on that. As you can see, that's how it comes through. It's basically just about finding the right context window and finding the right session ID. And that's how you can sort of separate, what's coming through. So hope that one was helpful. and can't wait to see what you guys start to build with this logic being implemented. So cool. Thanks, guys.